Alright, this is Andrew with Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today, September 23rd, 2024. This is part 2 of 4631 Brookwood Circle. We have the camera pushed out 108 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. And it looks like a good connection there. I'm accessing this line through the roof stack. I also saw it clean out in the downstairs bedroom, but it's kind of recessed in the wall. It was also a brass cap, which are real hard to get off. There's another access point, probably out towards the street and likely buried. A little bit of standing water, which indicates a little bit of a flat spot, but not horrible. I think this is transite pipe. It doesn't have that typical red terracotta color like clay. It's way too smooth to be cast iron. So I do think it's transite, which is cement asbestos. This is really, I mean, until this point, is looking really good. Now it's transitioning to cast iron, which is probably going to be the weakest link. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty. It will eventually need to be replaced. I would certainly recommend getting the insurance on this line, but I would make sure that they cover what's underneath the house. Transite is what's out in the yard, and cast iron is what's under your basement slab. And that's, I talked a fair amount about that in the first part of the video when I scoped through the secondary line. All this buildup and flakiness, like right there in the center of the screen, that looks like it's loose, like it's not even attached. And one of the issues with cast iron, actually, if we look at the top of the pipe right there, it flakes and it gets thinner and thinner, and the rust grows. I would recommend having this cleaned and then evaluate it again, because there's a lot more that we might not be seeing with all this rust and buildup. That's 30 feet, so we're coming back up the roof stack now. So not really much else to see at this point. Dark outside, but ironically, when it's dark, that's when I can see my screen the clearest. When I have the sun beating down on my screen, it makes it a little harder to see everything. But just to recap, the transite going through the yard looks pretty decent. It's the cast iron under the house that looks real rough, and I'd say that's going to be the weakest link. I know the insurance can cover what's in the yard. Like Home Serve, that's the most common one. I don't know of any insurance companies that necessarily cover what's under the house. And so I would make sure if you're getting the insurance that you ask specifically if it's going to cover what's under the basement slab. I'm going to end this recording now.